What's up, guys? Simon here. Today I want to go over and react to the debate that took place last night between President Trump and former VP Biden. Before I get into this video, as always, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Comment below who do you think won the debate, and I'll comment back and let you know my thoughts as well. So yesterday, first I have to give kudos to Kristen Welker. She did an amazing job. The debate was much more controlled versus the first debate, which I did a video on with Kristen really going at Trump. It felt like he was a third debater in that debate. I feel like in this debate, Kristen did an amazing job of pushing or questioning both candidates this time on some hard issues, anywhere from COVID to healthcare, to the energy industry, global climate, and the economy. So everything was kind of discussed. There were some similarities between the two debates. The big difference between this debate and the first debate was there was a lot less interruptions. The new debate style was more poised style. It's the traditional one person speaks, the other answers. They did give both candidates a chance to answer, which was great as well. And with the new rule, they were able to mute the microphones of each president now, of each candidate, or the president and Biden. And they only used that option twice, and it was on Donald Trump, I believe. He went over and he got muted. Like I predicted in this debate, Trump actually let Biden speak, and Biden, as he rambled on, talked himself into some weird gibberish. There were instances where Biden went on and couldn't really complete a thought, in my opinion. And I think that was a good strategy from the Trump campaign to let the guy actually speak so people could hear him longer, in terms of longer sentences being derived.
Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. You know how we talk about it. Are we the people? Folks, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable.
And Biden actually messed up a few times, and he also got caught saying something really potentially bad for him and his stance on energy down the line when he mentioned that he wants to end oil production, shut down the oil industry, which was pretty crazy.
Okay, I have one final question.
Would he close down the oil industry?
It falls.
Would you close down the
falls.
oil
By
industry?
the way, I would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I will
that's
transition.
a big statement.
It is a big statement.
That's a big
because
statement.
I would stop.
Why would you do that?
Crazy. In fact, when he said that, Kristen Welker said, "Why would you do that?" That was the moderator that literally was in shock that he said something like that during the debate. And Trump's face lit up when he said that, so he caught him in a trap. Another thing that I noticed in this debate, again, Joe Biden was lying about fracking. He said he would not be fracking in the past, and this time he said he would allow fracking. Donald Trump to put him saying that on video on his website. If you look at my other video, I have the clip on my first video of Biden saying he would ban fracking. So that's a bad problem for Biden. There seems to be some lies. The biggest topic that did get brought up, where Biden again blamed it on the Russians, and me being Russian, I think it's kind of funny. I think it's becoming a thing where Russian people are just taking the blame for everything that happens. The big thing that was happening was Hunter Biden's laptop. This laptop contained images, emails, and really controversial stuff that was found at some repair shop that was forwarded to the FBI. The FBI didn't act on it. And then it was sent to Giuliani, and then Giuliani obviously put it out there to hurt the Biden campaign. This laptop contained information that Hunter Biden was getting $3.5 million from Russians. So it's kind of funny that Biden keeps blaming Russians for interfering or cheating or any of that. Yet Hunter Biden got, according to the press and this laptop and the New York Post, $3.5 million from a Russian oligarch for whatever payment sent to, from whatever reason, a payment sent to Hunter Biden. On top of that, there were some Chinese deals that were questioned during this debate, and also a Ukraine deal where Biden flew out to Ukraine to meet some people through Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden was sitting on the board of an energy company that was paying him, I believe, upwards of $80,000 a month. And, he had no place in energy or doesn't have any expertise in energy, yet he sits on the board and connected his father during his time as VP, which is controversial. Trump pointed that out. He kept pushing it during his time in between certain questions, and he actually made apparent point to call Biden corrupt. That's the message that the Trump administration has been trying to convey. The Biden response to that whole thing was, hey, I'm not corrupt. This is a Russian hoax, even though Russians paid him and Ukraine potentially paid his son, and the Chinese also had some type of payments. Trump tried to dub Biden as the big guy. He said, hey, are you the big guy who collected over $10 million for your political power? So that was a really big thing. And what I applaud Kristen for doing, as it would have been done on both sides if Trump had been caught, or Trump Jr. had been caught receiving, millions of dollars from the Russians or the Chinese or whoever, it would have been a big headline. And I think the media tried to bury that this week and last week. In fact, social media tried to bury it all together. Twitter banned New York Post from publishing it. They banned the retweeting of that post that was launched in New York Post as Hunter Biden was collecting money and so forth. And, overall, there was some suppression of free speech, which is not a good thing at all for this country. But Trump was pushing that, and Kristen did a good job at asking that as well. So check that out if you haven't. Another fun topic was basically illegal immigration. This is a big topic because it's really known that America does have a problem with illegal immigration. And in this topic, Biden really pinned Trump. He said, hey, how are there 550 or so families that are separated from their parents during the migration period? This is your fault, and so forth. Trump's reaction was, I'm not the one that started this. Who built the cages? Did you and Obama build these cages that put these kids in cages and so forth? Biden denied it or wouldn't answer it. And I don't know the exact research of who built the cages or whatever it may be. I'm not a proponent of separating families. I'm also not for illegal immigration as well. I think people that want to come to this country should wait in line like the responsible people that do get here. And that's my take on this, which could offend some people and so forth. I don't care. But overall, if I'm waiting in line at a cafeteria and someone cuts me and orders before me, I would be upset. I find that to be the same applied topic of other people from the same countries waiting in line to better the life for their family in this country, yet other people are just cutting them and delaying their actual legal migration because they're dealing with other problems of illegal immigration. My final thoughts on the debate. Did the debate change anybody's mind of who voted or not? I don't know. In fact, 30% of the people already voted for who they wanted to vote for. So if you were thinking to vote for Trump, you probably are going to vote for Trump. If you were thinking to vote for Biden, you already probably voted for Biden. Did it sway some people? Maybe, maybe not. What it did do is it showed that Trump adjusted. He was more composed during this debate. He basically let the other candidate talk. This wasn't a dog barking match that was in the first debate with even Chris Wallace getting involved. I felt like this debate was much better for the people to get some questions answered in terms of which candidate can they consider. The Biden campaign has been running on the understanding that if he wins, all of the commotion, all of the rioting, it stops. It's going to be more peaceful if Biden is president, and it's going to be a problem if Trump is president, and they're all going to attack, and there will be rioting and looting again and so forth. So no stability. And the Biden campaign basically came in with that notion that Trump really did a bad job in the response to the COVID thing. So that was their argument the whole time. The Trump argument was, hey, you're corrupt, and he pointed that out. Overall, I believe Trump won the debate. He did a much better job this time than he did the first time. The first debate was a shame. It was almost a laughing stock. And this debate, he was composed. He let Biden speak. At one point, Biden called Trump Abraham Lincoln. He said Abraham Lincoln, pointing at Trump, is the worst president in modern day history. And then Trump was like, what?
I can't even see the audience because it's so dark, but I don't care who's in the audience. I'm the least racist person in this room.
Okay, Vice President Biden, let me ask you very quickly, and then I have a follow-up question for you.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history.
Did you call me Abraham Lincoln? I had to replay that scene a few times. I was like, I think he just called Trump Abraham Lincoln. So as he let Biden talk, Biden went out into his own cloud world, in my opinion. And that's just my opinion. You may like it or not. But overall, that was the strategy. Let this guy talk himself into a hole. And that's what he did by rambling and spitting out gibberish sometimes, as well as a big no-no in the end of the debate when he said he's going to end oil production, which is a really bad thing potentially for a lot of jobs, a lot of companies, and sustainable energy and so forth. So even as I mentioned earlier, the moderator was shocked he would say that. So he did kind of go into that Green New Deal, so to speak. So overall, I think both candidates did a much better job in carrying on a debate. The debate was much more pleasant to watch. It was a little bit more boring and not as entertaining because there wasn't yelling and shouting. It wasn't like a Jerry Springer show. But it was definitely a little bit more subtle, more understanding, and I still think Trump did a better job of being more composed, and he actually looked more presidential-like, which is something that a lot of other people have knocked him down for, as he's never looked presidential. His mouthpiece on him has hurt him with things that he's always said in the past. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked my reaction video to the presidential debate. Please go ahead, comment. Let me know who you guys think won. Did Trump win? Did Biden win? Did it change your mind in terms of who you're voting for? And if you like this video, go ahead, give me that like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. As always, I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thanks.